All right, guys. Another thing that we are going to practice on doing today is counting money. This is something that we practice on in school. I know it was difficult for some caught on quickly, but I just want to do a review for you just in case you may have forgotten. All right, so if we look at our sheet of coins here, we're going to see like four different coins. So you have your nickel, which represents 5 cents. You have your penny, which represents 1 cent. Quarters, which represent 25 cents. And then you have your dimes, which represent 10 cents. Okay? What I like to do is I like to start off with my big coins and then, I count from my biggest coin down to my lowest coin. So I don't mean like the biggest one because dimes are smaller than nickels, but they're worth more. So I start with what I mean by biggest is the ones that are worth the most. We know that our 25 on this page, our 25 cents, our quarters is going to be worth the most. So if I know how much 3/4 is, then I can just start from there. If I don't, then that means I'm going to have to add up my numbers, okay? But I do, and I think you all do too, so we'll just go ahead. I'm going to start with my quarters. If you have to write down each step, then you can go ahead and do that as well. So if we start at the beginning right here, I can write a 5. Right here, I can write 1, 1. I think I'm going to have to write my ones like this or else it won't stay. Yeah, I got to, or else it thinks I might be messing up. All right, 25. So this is worth 25. This is 25. This is 25. This is 10. And this is 1. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got to do our ones like this. Each of these would have a period in front of it because that represents that this is not a whole number. So I know you can't really see my periods, but each of these have a period in front of it. Okay? All right, so I'm not going to try to go and do all that. So then you just have to count them all together. You just add them all together. I'm sorry, that was my mistake. Each of these don't just have a period in front of the first number. This would have like period and then a 0. This would have a period and then a 0. But you guys already know all this. Sorry, I hope I didn't just confuse you. All right, so we'll count with our 25. So we say 25, 50, 75. Then I want to go to my next biggest would be my 10. So 75 plus 10, that would be 85. Then I go to my next one, which would be my other 5. 85 plus 5 is 90. 91, 92, 93, 94. So now I have 90. I don't know if it's going to let me write over here. But I have 94 cents. Put that up there. You would do the same for right here. So you find your biggest amount worth, which would be your quarter. So you have 25, then you go 35, 45, 55. I'm counting all my dimes. Now I can go to my nickels. 55 plus 5 is 60. 60 plus 5 is 65. 66, 67, 68. And I know everybody's going to do this differently, but this is just how I've been doing it and how I try to teach you guys. So then we can go over here. Do the same thing. Try to find your big quarters first. So I know you see me jumping around, but as I jump around, I'm just trying to go from my biggest amount worth to my smallest amount worth. So I have 25, skip there because that's not a quarter. I'm finding all my quarters. 25, 50, 75, no more. So now I go to my dimes. 75 plus 10 is 85, plus 10 more is 95. Then we go back to our nickel. $1, $1.05, $1.06, $1.07. So this would actually be written can't do our ones like that, totally forgot. 1.06. All right, I'll do one more with you guys. So again, we look for our biggest amount worth, which would be our quarters. So we want to count all of our quarters. We have 3 quarters, 25, 50, 75. Then we move on to our dimes. 75 plus 10 is 85, plus 10 is 95, plus 10 is $1.05, plus 10 is $1.15. We have $1.15. We have 1 nickel, that's $1.20. We have 1 penny, so that's $1.21. So like I said, if you don't know how to count like that, you can always just add up your numbers. Like we write out your numbers and then just add them all together if that's what would be helpful to you.